I've gotten halfway through phase 2 only once now. Is he usually this difficult? My problem this fight is I never have time to fucking get a heal in because he never stops swinging like a madman. If you distance to heal, he sprints at you and he's way faster fucking tilting. I get him to lick 300 HP on phase 2 only you'll get a 99 attack combo of bullshit when I need to heal. My problem isn't that he's hard. My problem is that he's hard in a way that's not fun. That's Soul of Cinder, by the way, from Dark Souls 3. They're not even talking about Radahn. Complaining about video games is a long-standing tradition. This game's too easy. This game's too hard. This game is too big and this game is too small. Obviously, you can't please everyone, but is it me or is the voice complaining about difficulty getting louder and louder? I mean, the amount of people complaining about this DLC is ridiculous. Back in the day, the point of a game like Dark Souls was that it was a hard game. If you didn't want to play a hard game, you wouldn't play Dark Souls. Feels like in today's age, everyone's entitled to be able to beat this game and having it at a difficulty of their liking. Okay, being angry at a video game is something, but taking the time to write a goofy ass review? Oh, that's a not recommended from Marcus. And as I am leaving this review, I am uninstalling the game. The last boss is simply too difficult. We finally reached the breaking point where we are approaching superhuman reaction times being required. You have no tools to deal with these over-the-top movesets. You're just John Demon Soul who rolls and blocks and waits and watches while your enemies play Devil May Cry 5. This is not the way to go when it comes to increasing difficulty, and it just makes me cry. Scientists like to call this the Joseph Anderson effect. 2 years ago, this guy goes ahead and makes his Elden Ring critique, where he blames his inadequacies and lack of skill on boss design.
Forcing you to wait around while the boss has fun, and it's not even another person, it's an AI. If a boss attacks 100 times in a row, we can all agree that's a problem. Godric may be my favorite fight, but he has a whirlwind move. Only way you could possibly hope to avoid it is if you hit dodge roll the instant you ever see his model move.
This set the precedent and made casual gamers realize that instead of pointing their frustration inwards and using it to improve and get better, they could blame the game designers and the game mechanics, and they would never have to take responsibility for the fact that they were simply not good enough to do something. Instead of one guy being frustrated and complaining, now there's an entire community of pussies who get together and tell each other they're safe, and nobody can tell them to get good now. Now, I'm not saying that Elden Ring or the DLC is perfect and without its problems. Ow. What is that hitbox? What? What? Fucking, I'm not playing this shit. But I am saying that when I read a review like this, it's clear that this guy was not good at the game, and that frustrated him. I think we all agree that these games are meant to be hard. The reason the core audience plays this game in the first place is to have a challenge, and they want the challenge to be upped after every game. I don't want the Elden Ring DLC to be easier than the base game. I don't want to play an interactive movie. I don't want baby easy mode. If I wanted that, I'd just play Volibear in League of Legends. I want a boss that's on par or harder than Millennia, because overcoming the challenge is a fun part of the game. If you're only into the lore, you can go watch Vati Vidya. You don't have to play the game. So since everybody wants difficult bosses, let's talk about how to design a difficult boss. These games aren't very complex.
Not to suggest it's easy, just simple. It's just dodge and hit.
So there's just a few ways to make a boss more challenging. You can give them more health, you can give them more damage, or you can make their attacks harder to read and harder to dodge. Now, I feel like all of us should be able to agree that inflating the boss's health or damage is not a good way to make them harder. That's how you make Nioh 2. So let's make the attacks harder to dodge. So now you've got fast moves, difficult to dodge combos you never get a chance to punish. First of all, the notion that these bosses are fast is all relative. You're not Daigo parrying the Chun-Li kick and putting in 10 frame perfect inputs to dodge. The game is very forgiving. These attacks really aren't that fast. So Fast and Impossible ends up looking like this. How do you even make it to this point in the game after beating absolutely everything else and considering this one too difficult to dodge? I don't get it. You don't want the boss to be fast. You don't want the boss to be difficult. You don't want the boss to be aggressive. Why the fuck did you buy this DLC? But wait, remember when I said I think we all agree that these games are meant to be hard? Yeah, we don't all actually agree. Elden Ring is a massive game, at least twice as big in sales as Dark Souls 3. It won a shit ton of awards and is really the point at which the Souls series actually went fully mainstream. This game isn't attracting just Soulsborne vets who want harder and harder games. This is attracting people who have heard this game is incredible and want to try it out. With the addition of summons, more streamlined co-op, and an open world to get upgrades and rune farm, this game has the lowest barrier to entry. On top of that, the hardest boss in the base game isn't even part of the main story. Now, you're a player. Maybe you didn't even beat Millennia, but you come to Radahn and there is no escape. All of that doesn't work anymore. You have to fight and beat this guy. He stands between you and the end. You and getting your money's worth. You are forced to fight him. And this is why so many people hate him. So you fight and fight. You will conquer him. Try upon try. You improve. You get better. This is it. This is the fight.
No! Fuck! No, no, no! Fuck! Damn.
Fuck this game. I'm playing Nioh 2.